Let's take a look now at the state of play. Joe Biden has 238 Electoral College votes, while Donald Trump has 213. The magic number, of course, is 270. Now, here in yellow, you can see the states that are still in play. Georgia and North Carolina in the south, Nevada in the west, and the three Midwestern states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. The last three, known as Blue Wall states, were narrowly carried by Trump in 2016, securing him the presidency. Well, let's bring in Simon Rosenberg in Washington. He is the president of New Democrat Network and a former advisor to President Bill Clinton. Thank you for your time, Mr. Rosenberg. It's not over till it's over, of course. We are waiting. We are listening to the counts. But is this, what we've seen so far, disappointing for the Democrats?
No, I mean, job number one was to beat Donald Trump, and I think we're on track to do that. It just didn't happen as quick as perhaps we all wanted. And Joe Biden is on track to get potentially as high as 52 or even 53% of the vote in one of the highest turnout elections in American history. So I think that, this has been a bloody battle. I think we're worried about the Senate. I think it would be important for us to also bring the Senate along with President Biden. But I think, we feel good. I think Donald Trump is going to be a former president and Joe Biden is going to be the next president of the United States. That was our main job this cycle, and I think we're on the verge of achieving it.
A couple of the states that we are keeping an eye on, expecting results, possibly in the coming hours. Wisconsin, less than 1 percentage point in it. Michigan, 0.2 percentage points in it. What do these results so far, these razor-thin margins, say to you, no matter how you sit on the divide? What do they say to you about the state of America?
Well, this was obviously, it's not clear to me that the popular vote is going to be as close as the Electoral College. I think when all the votes are counted, Joe Biden will win between 4 and 6 percentage points in the popular vote. And this will be for the Democrats, this will be the 7th out of 8 elections, the last 8 elections where we've won more votes. And so if there is a party that is closer to being a permanent majority party, it's the Democratic Party. Over the last generation of American politics. I will say that I think what we have to watch over the next few days, and we have to let all the votes be counted, and there are some states, there are 20 states that allow ballots to come in after Election Day to be counted. And we know that states like Nevada, what the analysts who know more about this stuff than I do say is that at this point, it's very unlikely that there are enough votes in Nevada or Wisconsin or Michigan for the president to make the race competitive. I also think we're going to end up winning Pennsylvania based on everything I've been looking at with Pennsylvania. And I think Georgia and North Carolina are too close to call. We'll have to see what happens there. North Carolina can count their ballots for another 9 days, right? It's kind of crazy system we have, right? But so we don't know what's going to happen in either Georgia or North Carolina for a few days.
President Trump has demanded a halt to counting mail-in votes. Called it fraud, pledged to take this to the Supreme Court. Could he do that? What litigation paths are open here?
There really aren't any, because these are legal. Everything that's happening is perfectly legal. It's based on state law. States have a lot of leeway in American politics to determine how they count their ballots. Second thing is that under federal law, the states have up to 5 weeks to declare a winner in their state. So there really isn't any basis. This was a lot of huffing and puffing from the president. And even his own team this morning talked about the fact that they think that when all the ballots are counted in Arizona and Nevada, that they're going to win in those states. So they've made it clear that they seem to be foregoing any kind of dramatic legal intervention. There really isn't any basis for any legal intervention, which is why I think they haven't done it. I think if there was sort of an obvious legal path for them, they would be pursuing it. But in Nevada, everything they tried failed. All the legal efforts they tried in Nevada failed. In Pennsylvania, they filed 6 different lawsuits to change the voting system in Pennsylvania. They lost all 6. Their track record of the efforts to use the law to change the voting in a way that is more beneficial to them has not been very great. And in this case, there just really isn't any basis for them to move, which is why I think they haven't done anything at this point.
OK, we're going to have to leave it there for time. Simon Rosenberg, thank you so much, president of the New Democrat Network and former advisor to President Bill Clinton.